The Galactic Wildlife Conservation Center on Station Theta 7 was renowned across 6 sectors for housing the most dangerous creatures in known space. Its director, Velthar of the Kree species, took immense pride in maintaining a facility where even the most experienced xenobiologists feared to tread. His 4 eye stalks swiveled nervously as he watched the human trainee approach the observation deck. "I must protest this assignment," Velthar clicked through his translator. "Rose Harrison may have exemplary credentials, but she has only been here 3 cycles. The Vixarian Razorback is not a creature for novices." Alex Chen, the human supervisor, simply smiled and adjusted his datapad. "She'll be fine. Trust me." Trust. Such a peculiar human concept. Velthar had learned that humans use this word frequently, often right before doing something spectacularly inadvisable. Through the reinforced transparisteel, they could see the Razorback, a creature resembling a terrestrial boar if said boar had been designed by a committee of nightmares. It stood nearly 3 meters tall, covered in metallic quills that could pierce combat armor. Its 6 legs ended in claws that had torn through durasteel doors. 3 previous handlers had been hospitalized, and 2 had resigned entirely from xenobiology. Rose entered the containment area with nothing but a bucket of food supplements and what appeared to be completely unjustified confidence. She was small even by human standards, barely reaching 165 centimeters, with auburn hair tied back in a practical ponytail. "It bites anything that moves," Velthar warned through the intercom, his translator adding an edge of panic. "Approach protocol requires sedation, distance poles, and a minimum of 4 armed security personnel." Rose waved at the observation window. "Got it. Thanks, boss." Then she turned to the Razorback and did something that made every non-human in the observation deck recoil in horror. She sat down on the floor, cross-legged, and waited, the Razorback's 6 red eyes fixed on her. Its quills rattled, a sound that typically preceded an attack. Velthar reached for the emergency containment button. Alex's hand stopped him. "Wait, she will be killed." "Just wait," the Razorback charged. 2 tons of armored fury thundered across the containment cell, quills extended, claws tearing gouges in the reinforced floor. Rose didn't move. She didn't even flinch. Velthar's translator made a sound it had never made before, something between a shriek and a prayer. The Razorback stopped 3 feet from Rose, skidding on the smooth floor. It snorted, a sound like a steam engine venting pressure. Rose still didn't move. The creature circled her once, twice, its quills slowly retracting. Then it did something unprecedented. It sat down. "What is she doing?" whispered Shalmi, a Telvari scientist whose species had evolved to sense emotional wavelengths. "I'm detecting curiosity?" From the Razorback? Rose slowly extended her hand, palm down. The Razorback sniffed it, its massive head nearly the size of her entire torso. Then, in a movement that would be analyzed in xenobiology classes for years to come, Rose scratched behind the creature's ear analog. The Razorback made a sound. Not the aggressive rumble or the warning rattle. A purr. The deadliest creature in the facility was purring. "Impossible," Velthar breathed. Alex chuckled. "You guys never had dogs, did you?" Over the next hour, Rose worked with the Razorback, teaching it basic commands, checking its quills for parasites, and eventually getting it to roll over for a belly scratch. The observation deck had filled with staff, all watching in stunned silence. "How?" Velthar finally asked. "Our best handlers, even with sedation." She didn't see a threat, Alex explained. She saw a scared animal in an unfamiliar environment. Humans have been domesticating aggressive species for thousands of years. Wolves became dogs. Wildcats became house cats. We even befriended bears in some cases. "But the protocols were based on fear," Alex interrupted gently. "Your species encounters a dangerous predator and thinks, how do we control it? Humans think, can we be friends with it?" Shalmi's antennae quivered. "That's insane." "Yeah," Alex agreed. "That's kind of our thing." By the end of the week, Rose had the Razorback responding to voice commands. By the end of the month, she was riding it around the containment area. The creature that had terrorized 3 handlers now waited by the door for Rose's daily visits. Quills rattling with excitement rather than aggression. Other untrainable specimens began responding to human handlers. The void serpent that had refused food for 6 months started eating from Rose's hand. The crystalline mantis that attacked anything with a heat signature now perched on Alex's shoulder during examinations. Belthar found Alex in the break room one evening, staring at a photo on his personal device. It showed a much younger Alex with a large, fierce-looking canine. "Your packmate?" Belthar asked. "My dog, Max. Found him at a shelter. He'd been labeled aggressive, unadoptable. Everyone said I should stay away." Alex smiled at the memory. "Best friend I ever had." "You saw past what others feared." "We saw each other," Alex corrected. "That's the thing about humans and animals. We don't just train them. We connect with them. Sometimes the most dangerous creature just needs someone to trust them first." Belthar's eye stalks focused on the containment area, where Rose was teaching the Razorback to navigate an obstacle course. The creature moved with eager precision, occasionally looking back to check if Rose was watching. "Your species is terrifying," Belthar said. Alex laughed. "Wait until you see what Rose does with the Void Serpent next week." "No, I mean, any species that looks at the galaxy's most dangerous predators and thinks friend rather than threat. That's terrifying. You don't survive by being stronger. You survive by turning everything else into allies." Alex considered this. "I guess when you spend your evolutionary history domesticating wolves and befriending everything from horses to hawks, you develop a different perspective. We don't see creatures as things to fear or control. We see potential companions. The other species will need to learn this," Belthar said quietly, "or humans will befriend every dangerous thing in the galaxy." "Too late," Alex grinned. "Rose is already planning to work with the plasma eels next." Belthar's translator managed something that sounded like resigned laughter. In the containment area, Rose scratched the Razorback's head one more time, and the creature leaned into her touch with complete trust. The galaxy's most dangerous predator had found something more dangerous than itself. A human who saw it as a friend.